This dude is like still got his new car smell on him. You're like brand spanking new relationship. I just met you. And he tells her that as his girlfriend, he doesn't feel like she should be twerking on another man on stage. My nigga, that's spice. Not paprika. Not salt and pepper. That's spice. Like, what the hell are you talking about? She's a Jamaican dancehall artist. Not Jamaican. Jamaican. And you telling her that she can't dance on stage with other men because she's your lady now when she was doing that before she became your lady and you still made her your lady. Don't do it to me. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no. Don't do it to me. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. This is SpiritualiTEA, and I'm your host, Bella. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tonight's episode is called, keeping with the theme of this week, and we're talking about Judases. Enemies, pretty much. You know them as enemies. If you don't know the Bible, which this is not all about, like, it's not about that kind of spirituality, but let me just get into it. Judas betrayed Jesus. Judas is the reason why Jesus got his ass whooped on that cross. Like, that, it was Judas's fault, and Judas was his friend. You don't want to be crucified because of a fake friend. You know what I'm saying? Let alone one that whose dick you suck. I don't understand. Like, it be the frustration for me. It'd be the frustration for me. Dealing with abusive ass men, whether it's emotionally, physically, or mentally, spiritually, like, abuse can happen in all forms. And unfortunately, the sad part is some of these enemies are covert, some of these enemies are overt. Like, sometimes people hide their demons very well. You might not know that someone is secretly sabotaging you. And then you have the relationships where your abuse is like more outright and it's obvious to you and the people around you that this person mistreats you and doesn't really value you. It might not be evidence of the person being bullied that the person that they're with that's bullying them doesn't love them, because it's like, that's not love. It's not love. Because in between the abuse, they're showing fake love and getting a person to accept abuse. It's like Stockholm Syndrome. Okay, you guys, so this episode is called Sleeping with the Enemy because I want to highlight how women get into relationships with men who are their enemy because they try to hold them back, try to dim their light, or they try to use and abuse them. Tonight's episode is featuring none other than Miss Spice, the dancehall artist from Jamaica. She's on Love and HipHop Atlanta. I was super duper happy for sis when she announced that she had a new man, and he was fine, honey. I was like, ooh, okay, Spice. Turns out he's like a producer or something on Love and Hip Hop. Like, is this the next fucking Candy and Todd? No, it's not. Because Todd at least knew to clap for his wife because she was the performer. How you get with a performer and think that you're going to tell her, like, to sit down and not perform is beyond me. I find that a lot of men get with women that they feel the need to change after they get with them. And it's annoying and is devilish, and I want women to understand that why it's devilish, because you're not understanding that a man who's supposed to love you and who's supposed to support you is making you feel bad now about something that they already known that you've been doing when they met you. Like, men who get with strippers and decide all of a sudden that they don't want their women to strip, it's like, it is a huge power play. And at this point, it should be very easy to see it for what it is. It's like, who does that? Who decides to get with a woman who is a exotic dancer who takes off her clothes for money and say, I don't want you taking off your clothes anymore? Like, nigga, how am I supposed to live? Oh, get a regular job. If I wanted a regular job, I would have got one. And they try to shame you also. Like, they try to shame these women into, like, having values that they don't have. I'm not going to say morals, because just because you take your clothes off for money don't mean you don't have morals. Like, in my opinion, it's just like, listen, we was born naked, bitch. I'm not embarrassed about, like, nudity. We were born naked. And a lot of y'all got a problem with your own naked body. And that's because you have demons that get agitated when you see a naked body. Like, you can't control yourself, so you mad that and you want to control other people. But we're not going to talk about that tonight. We might, because that's a part of jealous ass men that people be in relationships with, that they're having sex with, and they're enemies. Like, that is definitely an example of sleeping with the enemy. But, like I said, these men who frequent strip clubs, by the way, who spend their hard-earned cash in these strip clubs, by the way, who were so attracted to dancers that they decided to wife one, by the way, all of a sudden now think that it's immoral to do so, and they don't think that their girlfriend should take off her clothes for money, even though that's how they met their girlfriend. If that's not a God complex, I don't know what the fuck is. Who do you think you are to come into my existence the way that it is and decide that you don't like it that way anymore, or it doesn't fit your narrative or the narrative that other people tell themselves, so you want me to conform or to change just to be worthy of something I already have? Am I all of a sudden not worth being in a relationship with? No girl of mine is going to be a dancer. This is what Spice's boyfriend tried to do to her. I was so happy for her at first. I was like, look at this. Like, she's on her way to having it all the way that she wants, because she has a good career and she is getting better with time, and she has her money. What's the message? She has her money and she has her career. So she just wanted her man, you know what I'm saying? She wanted someone to build with and to share with. And she found one, a producer on the show. And I'm like, okay, sis got her dick, yay, you know what I'm saying? Until the very next episode, dude is trying to, like, police her. Gonna tell her that no lady of his or his woman isn't going to be, like, twerking on another dude on stage, knowing that that's something that she does, and it's something that she's been doing through the entirety of her career, because she's a fucking Jamaican dancehall artist. Like, hedonism. When I say that word, what do you think of? First you think of sex, then you think of Jamaica. Or you might think of Jamaica, then you might think of sex. You think of both of those, because that's what it is. They're synonymous with each other. Jamaica is a sexy place. Jamaica is a sexy culture. Their culture oozes sex. So how are you trying to tell Spice now that she can't dance with other men on stage? And she's a dancehall artist, and that's something that she's been doing. And she was doing it when you met her. Now all of a sudden, you're too good for a woman who twerks on another man when you wife that woman. Who do you think you are? If you thought you were too good for a woman who twerks on men, then why did you get with her? You think she's supposed to love you more than she loves her career and her self-respect? Like, I feel like that's calling my bluff. I feel like that's a test. A man would see if you actually love them more than you love your career or your common sense. Like, because who is getting with a man who's like, women do it. You do it. Stop doing it. This is why they act so entitled. Stop allowing these men to play God in your life and to dictate what you do or don't do, and let them dangle a little, like, relationship in your face. Like, oh, if you don't behave like this, you can't be my woman. It's like, then fuck you. If I can't be myself and you be my man, then I don't want you. I would have dumped his ass right in that kitchen. He going, like, as soon as he said it, he said to her, like, as soon as he would have fucking opened his mouth, and as soon as he would open his mouth and said, my lady like is not gonna be dancing on men on stage, I would say, okay, so this is not gonna work. That would have been my next sentence right in that kitchen. And he would be like, you're not even gonna think about it? He would have been so surprised at how easy it was for me to give him up. He would have been so surprised at how easy it was for me to just make up my mind in that moment to say, like, you're not worth it. And he would have definitely been offended because his little test wouldn't have worked in his favor. Because your shit was gonna get killed. If you're expecting me to pick you over my career, you got another thing coming. Something that I built myself for myself. You're expecting to come into my life with your brand new car smelling ass and tell me how to live my life. Like your new car smelling even weird to fuck off yet. I could bring you back to the lot for a new one. Another one. Like, and you over here making demands. It's like, my nigga, I got 30 days to return you for something better. Even if I didn't have a time limit. But like, you real spanking new. You didn't even get to entrap me as much as niggas like to do. Like the married men who lie to women, and then like they wait till they fall in love. They tell them like 8 months in, damn near a year in, like, oh, I'm actually married. Because they know now you ain't going no fucking where. Like you in love with this nigga. I'm out. Like I'm out whenever the fuck I feel like you lied and you can't be trusted. I'm out. Because integrity is everything. It's everything. If you're a liar and I can't trust your word and I can't like trust you to like uphold the things that you say you're gonna do or the person that you say you're gonna be or the person that you presented yourself to me to be, as soon as you present yourself to be not that person, in a negative way, by the way, I'm fucking out. Because you could also be like Hakeem from Coming to America and you could lie about being a whole fucking prince because I might be a gold digger and you trying to test me. You know what the fuck? Like, you know? And it depends on how much of a pauper you paint yourself as. Because if you try to paint yourself as a motherfucker who work at McDonald's, I mean, if you're the manager, it's a different story. And you have your own car and you have your own house, this is a different story. But if you catch the bus there, it's a no for me, dog. And you the cashier, like you're on fries. Or this week you mop the floors, next week you're on fries. You gotta deal with a high schooler. Because that's what the fuck they're doing. Like, that's what they're doing. Like, no disrespect to nobody, but it's just like, we gotta like elevate. This is what gets me about people. Like, y'all take the incentive away. How do you make her your girlfriend and then tell her that your girlfriend is not going to be someone who dances on men on stage? Newsflash, it already is. This is why we're having this whole conversation. I'm your girlfriend. I mean, I twerk on men on stage occasionally because I'm a Jamaican dancehall artist. But now all of a sudden that's not okay with you. You should have told me that when we were dating. That's the kind of carrot you dangle when you're dating, like dirty ass men do. I mean, it's not cute and it wouldn't work on me anyways, but I'm just saying, like, if for that to have worked, you pulled it at the wrong time. This is what you do when you're dating someone and you say, like, this is like your fourth date, right? And she's just like, where's this going? I want something serious. Like, I want you to wife me now. And then you say like, oh, well, I do want to wife you. Only thing that's holding me back is the fact that you shake your ass on other men's dicks on stage. Then she would have been like, she get to choose. Do you want to be a girlfriend bad enough that you would stop twerking on other men on stage, even though you're a fucking Jamaican dancehall artist? Do you want to do that, or you gonna just say like, nah, this isn't worth it for me? Which you should, and just get another nigga who's gonna be okay with it. But whatever. That's not what we're talking about right now. This nigga waits until like y'all already in a whole relationship. She's introducing you to her friends as her boyfriends. And I think you met her kid or something like that. Kid, whatever. I don't keep up because people have too many fucking kids and I can't remember them all. But anyways, I believe you met her offspring or not. And now you want to tell her like, oh, as long as you're twerking on other men, I don't see my girlfriend doing that. It's too late, my nigga. You already see your girlfriend doing that because that's what your girlfriend does. Like, that's what she's been doing when you met her. That's what she was doing. Now, all of a sudden, that's not what you see your girlfriend doing? Like, I don't know who your girlfriend is then, because it must not be me. If that's the case, and I'm okay with that, I'd have dumped his ass. Like, right as soon as he said that shit, like, as soon as you try to make me choose between you and my career and my life, like my career / livelihood / legacy / happiness, because she's happy doing what she does or she wouldn't be doing it. So you want me to choose you over all of that? Nigga, bah. Get your ass. Nigga, get you dirty. Get your ass out of my face. Like, he went from being attractive to, like, he's a little nigga. Only little niggas act like that. What the fuck is your problem now? What is your problem now? Because I'm a dancehall artist, I'm twerking on a dude on stage. What is that like? What's your problem? Why is it a problem all of a sudden? It wasn't a problem before. Now that you feel like you got a little bit of leverage, now that you feel like I have emotions for you, you want to try to manipulate me based on those emotions. Ladies, you have to be careful. Men swear that they have the upper hand because you are emotional. And they think that they can manipulate you based on those emotions. Based on those desires, based on those wants. Do she want me more than she wants her fucking livelihood? Like, how entitled are you? Like, who do you... Like, he think that the sun shines out of his ass. He must think that his dick is, like, chef's kiss because he just knew that she was going to choose to water down her career and her star. That she was just going to throw some water on her son and have the steam coming out to cover up the shine just because he's insecure about having a woman who dances on another man on stage, even though that's the woman that he chose to wife. Make it make sense. It be the control for them. If you got somebody trying to control you, he got with you when you had your titties out. Like when you wore the skimpy clothes, he got with you. Now all of a sudden that you caught him, you gotta change how you dress. And for the people who are watching this who agree with that, you're dressing for men. Because when I have my titties out, because I like looking at my shits. I think my titties look great. It's not for you. It's for me. Like, my titties look good. So I want to show them. Because I get to look at them. So if you try to tell a woman, like, so just because I'm in a relationship, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop showing my titties because I was never showing them to get a man. All that to say that. All of that to say that. It's not for you. So now that I have you, I'm not going to switch up because I wasn't doing it for you. I'm the same me that I was before you. So that's who I'm going to be after you. And if you think that you're going to change me, it's not going to happen, Captain. Like, even after I had my kids. And people say, oh, you should dress like a mom. It's like, who the fuck do you think you are? And who the fuck do this little seed think it is? Like, you're a fetus. You can't even hold your head up. And you think you're going to tell me to cover up? Like, what? Like, make it make sense. Anyways, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with people changing just because other people or society or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, feel like they should change. You change when you want to. So it's like, if I naturally feel like because I have a man that I want to be more conservative, which is stupid. It's like men like sexy. What? Anyways, but if I did decide that I wanted to be more conservative on my own, okay, I'd rather say it for a mom. Okay, if I decide on my own that because now I'm a mom that I want to dress more conservatively, then that's my business. That's what my soul wants to do and that's what's going to make me happy, then that's cool. But for me to decide that I was going to do that to appease somebody else, that's the problem. Appeasing somebody else. You have one life to live. Only you can fulfill your soul. So do not let other people dictate what you do with your soul and how your soul expresses itself. And if somebody's trying to hold you back and they're supposed to be your spouse, that's not your spouse. That's a hidden enemy. That's an enemigo. It's a Judas. If a person is overtly trying to like, if somebody's trying to like change you or make you feel shame for something that you did when they met you doing that thing, or they try to like, they're trying to hold you back. That's what they're doing. They're trying to make you feel bad about being who you are. They're trying to dim your light. That is not a friend. That is not somebody that you should consider being in a relationship with. Because you'll be forever seeking their approval. Like, you'll be forever holding yourself back from what you really want to do and who you want to be, because you're scared that they're going to use that as an excuse to, like, remove their love from you, to not love you. Don't call my bluff, because you're going to be one single motherfucker if you expect me to choose you over my art and something that makes me happy and something that makes me money and something that's making me a legacy. It's her art. She loves being an artist. That's how she expresses herself. That's how she makes her money. That's how she's creating her legacy, like her mark upon this world. And you think that she's going to water that down just to sit on your dick and call herself your girlfriend. And she just met you. It's the grandiose motherfucking ego for me. Like, that dick must be dipped in gold for him to think like he was going to be able to spit that shit and get sis to like jump on them puppet strings willingly. A lot of women do. Like, a lot of women jump on them puppet strings like, oh, he fine, he can control me. It's like, I don't want to be controlled, I want to be led. And if you're going to lead me, then you're not going to like, you don't have to say it. A leader commands, they don't demand. Like, you don't have to say anything. Your presence will command my fucking respect. These men be out here trying to like demand respect and treat their women like their daughter or their child and telling them how to act and what to do. And it's like, then you want me to pay half the rent? Get the fuck out of here. You want to be my whole daddy, but you can't pay my whole rent. Like, make it stop. Like, Ladies, it is very important to pray for discernment so that you can discern, so you can decipher, so that you can learn whether God sent you this man or the devil sent you this man. And that's pretty easy to do. Sometimes it takes time. Like, for me, all I gotta do is be in a motherfucking presence and know how I feel around a person to know if they're like, if God sent them or the devil sent them. Because, like, if I feel good, then God sent you. If I feel bad, then the devil sent you. But you guys can tell over time. If you're in a relationship and you're wondering if this is the man that God has for you, what has this man brought to your life, sis? Has he brought good to your life? And, like, mostly good? A lot of women like to see good in the men that they love. So they will try to, like, pick for the smallest, tiniest. They will try to dig for the smallest, tiniest examples of a person, of a man being a good person, and use that to, like, as an excuse to stay with an ain't shit man. It's like, oh, when he's not like this, it's beautiful. Or, like, when he's not, because that sounds very insensitive. Okay. Women tend to make excuses for the men that they love and detriment to themselves. Because this man can't be all that good if he is physically abusing you, he's cheating on you, he's stealing from you, or he's lying to you. Like, that does not make a good man. Or just because, like, a man, maybe he doesn't do all those things, but he cheats on you. So you want to tell yourself that he's a good man because, oh, it could be worse. He could be abusive. He could be this. Cheating is not good character. Like, that's a liar. And a person who could lie to you is a person who lacks integrity. Like, this person is selfish. They put themselves before you. Like, being selfish is okay when you're single. It's not cool to put yourself before your spouse when you're in a relationship, especially if you're being, like, self-gratifying. It's not okay to say, like, oh, I like multiple women, so I'm going to sleep with multiple women because that's what I like. And you're in a whole fucking relationship. Okay? All that to say that. Women, we have to stop making excuses for the people that we love just because we love them. It's not doing us any favors. Women are out here dying at an alarming rate. Okay, you guys, this part is really serious, so I didn't want to flub or fuck up the statistics. I wanted to spit straight facts because a lot of women aren't aware of this knowledge and they need to know so they can keep themselves safe. According to the CDC, homicide is a leading cause of death for all women under the age of 44. And they also report that at least 55% of female homicides were related to violence from an intimate partner. They also reported that Black women experienced the highest rates of homicide of any racial group in the U.S. This is serious stuff. So this is for entertainment, but it's also so you can be up on game, so you can protect yourself and your energy, sis, because God loves you and so do I. So that's the importance of this episode, is that women need to pay attention to whom they're allowing access to their energy, their body, their heart, their love, their womb. Like, guard that shit with your life, ladies. It's the most important thing that you can do, is to set boundaries for yourself and to not allow yourself to sleep with the enemy just because you need love or sex or validation or somebody to pay your bills. It's not worth it in the end. That is definitely a way of selling your soul to the devil, because eventually you might meet your end because of it. I mean, this episode was kind of light in spite of like the reasoning behind me being motivated to create it, I guess, to film it. And that's because this show is for entertainment purposes, but it's also for education purposes. And that statistic was very troubling for me, especially because I'm a Black woman, and I've had people that I've known who were taken out of this world too early by the men that they've bore children for and have loved. This episode I felt was important for me to do because this episode and the ones to follow I feel is important for me to do because I feel like a lot of women make excuses for keeping dangerous people close to them because they want love or they want sex or they want money or they want friendships or they want validation, and is to their detriment. Like, they're literally selling their soul for a friendship or a relationship to be tethered to the devil. These people mean no good for you. They are close to you so that they could have better access to you. Their intention might not be to fully just like, oh, I want to take her down. That's not how it is. There is such a thing as a competitive spirit, a jealous spirit, a vindictive spirit. You know, it's really important to be discerning when it comes to the partners that you choose to engage with, whether it's inside or outside the bedroom. It's just a lot more detrimental. It's just a lot more damaging when this is someone that you're sleeping with, because sexual energy is a very, very powerful form of magic, and sexual ties can keep you tethered to the devil for longer than if you were not sexually engaged with that person. So you have to be very careful and discerning about who you allow to have access to your womb. You have to be very discerning about who you allow access to your mental, because mental abuse is very real. Everything starts in the mind. So if somebody could penetrate your mind with doubt or insecurities, that could hold you back for years. It could keep you from moving on. Some people's moms are still like in love with their dad, and they're in their 30s, and their mom hasn't had relations with their dad since like they were born, since around the time they were born. And these women are still in love with or attached to these men, and that's because of soul ties. And those bonds are increased and deepened the more you have sex with someone. Sex means sacred energy exchange. It's you're exchanging energy with someone. So if someone has like a negative energy and all they do is take, they're going to drain you of your energy and they're not going to replenish you back. And that's not good. Sex is supposed to be uplifting. You're supposed to it's supposed to give you a charge. If you feel drained after sex with someone, that is not the right person for you. That person is an energy vampire and they are draining you of your energy. If you are with someone who they're not physically abusive, but they say little things that they know digs at your self-esteem, they neg you, or they say things that puts doubt into your mind, that is a demon. That is a devil. That is somebody who's trying to hold you back energetically by damaging your self-esteem or by getting you pregnant. There are men who get women pregnant to slow them down, to take them out of commission, to make them take them off the market. That's a form of abuse that men who are your enemy will use against you. A man that you might have slept with, that could be your enemy, it's your baby daddy. And the fact that he tries to get you to believe that you can't have another man, that nobody else is going to want you because you have a kid by him. And he don't want you. That's what he wants you to believe, that nobody else is going to want you. That's a demon that you procreated with, and now you have soul ties with this demon, and so does your child. 11/11 on the clock. Well, you guys, that's it for tonight's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, as always. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section, or if you had a case where you were sleeping with the enemy and what you did about it. Because, I love connecting with you guys, and I'll be spilling my tea, so I don't mind if you spill yours too. Take care for now, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. I don't think it's appropriate for any woman. This is getting annoying me. Somebody's page is hacked and it's sending me hella group chats and it's about to piss me the fuck off. Well, I mean, clearly it already did. Anyways, it's distracting me and it's pissing me off now. Now I gotta restart with this fucking dumb shit.